Welcome to our Finance Dashboard tutorial, where we'll dive into the intricacies of building a powerful Excel dashboard for management reporting. First, we'll explore the fundamental aspects of the dashboard workflow. Firstly, who are the audience of my dashboard? Ask yourself, who will be interacting with this dashboard? Are they executives, managers, or analysts? Knowing your audience helps determine the scale of reporting and the level of detail needed in your data. The second question that we need to ask ourselves is, what key insights do they need from my dashboard? Do they need to track revenue trends, monitor expenses, or non-operating metrics? Knowing these key insights guides our decisions on which metrics to include, where to source our data, and how to present it for maximum impact. Identifying these key insights is pivotal in shaping the structure of our dashboard. In this tutorial, we hypothesize that this dashboard is for executives reporting and focus on actual balances for one financial year. The key financial metrics are main items on profit and loss or income statement, such as revenue, cost of goods sold, gross profit, EBITDA, operating expenses, and one non-financial metric that is number of full-time employees. Among these metrics, gross profit and EBITDA are the most important metrics. Once we identify these specific metrics and its required granularity, we will be able to source our data from the right systems. For example, one common source would be transition listing from Oracle. Finally, we will work on presentation part of the dashboard. A well-thought-out layout is the backbone of any effective dashboard. We will need to plan on hierarchy of sections or layout. Which section is the main part for key metrics and which ons is less important for supporting information. Here the most important key metrics are located in the center and left spot of your dashboard. It is way to guide your audience as well as sending effective message. Another important aspect of data visualization is color. Our color palette will not only captivate attention but also convey meaning and enhance data comprehension. Normally your corporate color palette has already provided you with colors that you can use. How to use them in a consistent and strategical way is what we need to learn. Now let's start to create our finance dashboard. In our demonstration, we have already designed our layout and our data has also consolidated and cleaned up. We just need to create a base layout in our worksheet. Great, time to create our first chart. Create a pivot table from the revenue and cost of goods sold dataset. Select the right field. We are going to create a monthly amount by region table, therefore, we would need month and region. Tidy up the number format. Create a charting table on the right to link it back to the pivot table. In the charting table, we reorganize the region by reporting requirement. This way provides some flexibility on our presentation. Next, we will use the same approach to create a charting table for cost of goods sold. We just need to copy and paste the revenue section and change the pivot table filter to cost of goods sold. Given that gross profit is not available in our dataset, we can calculate gross profit separately by deducting revenue from cost of goods sales. Alternatively, we can this calculation during data cleaning and consolidation process. We will cover that in our dataset related courses. If you are interested, please subscribe our channel for future courses. Now our charting table for revenue, cost of goods sold, and gross profit are ready. We can start to create charts for our dashboard. Before we start charting straight, we would need to think about one question: which chart to choose. Give our data is to tracking monthly performance. We would highly likely choose either a bar chart or line chart. The choice between using a bar chart and a line chart in Excel, or any other data visualization tool, depends on the nature of your data and the story you want to convey. For a bar chart, it provides comparison of categories because the underlying dataset is categorical. Also, if we can create a part-to-whole relationship by stacking up a bar chart. Comparatively, a line chart aims to provide an insight into trend over time as the data points are often sequential. In our case, however, we would like to do an interesting combination of both bar and line chart. Let's move forward. Firstly, use monthly revenue data to create a bar chart. Then, add cost of sale and gross profit series into the chart. We will put revenue and cost of goods sales side by side. And treat cost of goods sales as the third series and present it as a line chart. Now we can copy the basic chart to the dashboard worksheet and start designing and styling the chart for presentation. Here are the steps we are going to do in general. Normally we will start with removing chart background, then change font type and color. The heavy lifting part is to style bars in the chart and line in the chart. For bars, we use gradient color. Follow through our demo to get the gradient settings. You just need to set up the gradient stops, color and position, and adjust transparency as well. Adjust series overlap and gap width to make the bars less overlapping. In this way, we create a visual relationship between revenue and cost of goods sold. Lastly, we made the bars a bit more transparent so that they would present as the background indicating they are reference data points in the chart. Our focus in this chart is gross profit, which is usually used as KPI in management reporting. Now we are going to style the line chart. We will pick a bright color and adjust the width of the line to make it stand out. Finally, create a background for the chart. Now we can add data label as well. Make sure that we customize the number format too. Okay, we have completed our first chart in the dashboard. Let's move on to create cards. I found Card Visual is a great way to get your audience attention. It is a clear and concise presentation to highlight important information or provide a quick overview of a specific data point. Typically, it displays one single value, but you could design your card differently and provide more data points. For our dashboard, let's start the dashboard header with logo. Here we can also add some reporting information such as reporting period as a good practice because this dashboard is supposed to be refreshed or updated on at least monthly basis. It is important to let your audience know which period these data is in relation to. Now we will create a card for the first KPI. As we focus on revenue side of financial performance, we will start with total revenue, which is the most common reporting practice. Firstly, we will create card background. Use text box to link value from the charting tables that we just created. Here we present total revenue first. Format the text box. Add a proper header for the card. Make sure all elements are properly aligned. Now we can replicate and use the same design for other KPIs. Here we will display 3 key financial metrics that are revenue, gross profit, operating expenses, EBITDA, and number of full-time employees. And among these KPIs, EBITDA is the most important one. Therefore, we will use a different design to make it stand out. Great, we have completed all the cards in this dashboard. We will move on to create another important chart in this dashboard. Please keep watching. In this section, we will learn to create a line chart for our dashboard. First, we will start with creating a pivot table from our data. The operating expenses dataset has been cleaned and consolidated from regional dataset. Here we just need monthly operating expenses by region. Please note again that we are using a charting table to manually sort our region order. Alternatively, we could assign a certain sorting order in our dataset. In Excel, a manual charting table could provide some flexibility on shaping our data. So let's link the charting table with pivot table. Please make sure you get the region order right. We will put Australia before Asia, overriding the pivot table region order. Then we will manually calculate EBITDA using the other charting tables above. In addition to monthly EBITDA values, management would also be interested to know which month is the best performance or which one is the worst, or where every month meet our monthly target. Therefore, we can prepare the data point for these insights in our line chart. We can use min and max formula to calculate and find out the minimum and maximum amount among all the month. Okay, the charting table is ready, we can start creating our chart. Here I am going to create a single line chart with highlighting of high and low points. I use month column and total column to create the main line, and add the minimum and maximum column into chart series, respectively. Please follow our demonstration. It is a straightforward process. You just need to add the X series, Y series, and target series with corresponding column values. If you have already knew how to do it, please feel free to skip this part. Next, I will show you how to design the line chart. Add max column as a new data series. Add target column as a new data series. Design background and font style. For line visual, we will change its gradient color and line width. The color selection is based on our color theme. We will need to make the chart stand out, therefore we will choose a brighter color and make the line a bit thicker. For target line, we will make it simple. Next we change the chart background color and its font color. Add legend to the top of the chart. Now we will design the lowest and highest point of the line chart. Select the min line first and click marker on the right. Select marker options, click on built-in. Pick the round dot. Change the size a bit bigger. Remove marker border. Pick the fill color. Repeat the same process for max data point. Now we need to remove the line of these dots by changing the data source setting. I noticed that the sorting order of legend seems not right. We can adjust it by resorting it in the data source setting here. Okay, the majority of the work has been done. Here we just did a bit fine-tuning of the chart. For example, remove unnecessary legend, correct the legend names, remove chart frame border and adjust y-axis range. Now we can copy and paste the chart back to dashboard. Here we just need to create a section background for the EBITDA chart. Because EBITDA is the key metric to assess financial performance, we will put it at the center of the dashboard. We will pick an accent color for this purpose. Great, now we have completed the EBITDA chart for our finance dashboard. Please subscribe our channel, and in part 2 of this tutorial, we will learn to finish the rest of the dashboard.